standpoint. Listen to the feminine side. The standpoint. Still listen to the feminine side. The standpoint.
Happy Mother's Day. Yes, we celebrate mothers every day, but today is a day set aside to spoil our mothers, to give them that ultimate treat. And I hope if you're a mama, you've had a good day. If you're a daughter, a son, you've given your mama a good day. Well, if you didn't add my latest book, When Strong Women Cry, to that gift, it's not too late to buy it and give it to mama. Okay, well, welcome to The Standpoint, and as we do it every Sunday and every other day, we celebrate womanhood, we educate, we inform, we learn. And today we are going to talk about something that people like me really live it every single day. Do you know about the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha? Generation Z and Generation Alpha? Lord, these young people will do something to us. Today, we are going to share experiences on raising this new generation of children and how different they are, the high, the low, the frustrations, so that you know that you are not alone. And you can learn something from it as well. We all will learn something. So make sure you don't miss this episode. Happy Mother's Day to you once again. And let me say thank you to Leran Collection for my dress. My hair is by Inshulot GH. Makeup by Pensy Beauty Hub. And of course, my beads by Twinny Crafts. So grateful to them. We take a break. When we come back, we meet our panelist.
The standpoint. The standpoint.
Welcome back to The Standpoint. And again, I say happy Mother's Day to you. Hope you've had a wonderful day. Mama, know that you are celebrated every single day, and you deserve to celebrate yourself sometimes as well. And you out there, if you know you didn't do anything or you haven't done anything for Mama today, make it up. Make it up fast, sharp. You're fast, you're sharp. As I know here, catching. All right, so today we are talking about raising, bringing up, living with the Gen Z and Gen Alpha. We have experiences to share, and I'm sure you watching us will also have similar experiences, and there's a lot to learn as well. As they say, parenthood is never ended. It never ends. We are always learning. Let me introduce my guest, but before that, let me say thank you to Verna Mineral Water for sponsoring us, and thank you to Unilever for coming on board as well. And all our supporters, we are grateful, and I'll acknowledge you as and when we go along this program. But for now, let me introduce to you my guest for today. Now, at my extreme left, sitting across me, is Khadija Osman, who is an accountant and a mother. And welcome to The Standpoint.
Thank you.
And next to her, I have Josephine Garbin Lutrot. She's a teacher and a researcher and a mother. Welcome.
Thank you.
Next to Josephine, I have Enokwe Green, who's founder of the Talkative Mom Limited. She's on social media, her page, always giving out tidbits and everything. And she's a mother, as you can tell. She's a talkative mom and a parenthood influencer as well. Welcome, ladies. And happy Mother's Day to you. Hope you've had a wonderful day. Though on Mother's Day, for us with the children that we have, we still have to celebrate them. Eno, how old are your children?
So they are 5 and 4,
Okay.
turning 6 and 5 this year, and then one on the way.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. See the glory of God all over you.
The final one. Yes.
Are you good?
No,
Are you good? And so the 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Hey, no, 5 and 6. Why are they? No wonder you're a talkative mom, shouting every time.
Yeah.
They are Gen Alpha
Yes.
or Gen
Gen
Alpha.
Alpha, yes.
Alpha.
Yes.
Okay. And Josephine.
So I have a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and then a 4-year-old. So this year they are going to turn up one year
1
older.
year older.
Yes.
Still Alpha.
Yes.
Yeah. Khadija, you?
Okay, so I have a 12-year-old turning 13,
Okay.
and a 9-year-old turning 10
Okay.
this May.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The 4, then we are all raising the alphas, isn't it?
Yes. Exactly.
Khadija, how has it been?
It's it hasn't been easy. It's been a roller coaster trying to understand them, trying to catch up, trying to be there as a mother, trying to live with them, trying to know what's going on in their heads. It hasn't been easy. It has been a roller coaster, but every day seems to come with its experience. There's always a new experience every day with the kids. And I tend to believe that, I mean, I just have to be there in their lives, and the experience is great. Sometimes I cry, sometimes it's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look back and say, well, I think I'm doing well as a mom. And the journey
But still
continues.
there's the doubt.
Yes, there's
There's
that
doubt
doubt.
asking yourself,
Yes.
am I really doing
Am I
good?
really doing it good? And the fear as well. There's this fear that doesn't want to go away. Am I on the right track? Am I doing it good? I want to read wide to see what I'm doing good. I want to share experience, ask other moms, you
Right.
know. So that fear is there, but it's a journey, right? And it's a learning journey. So
That's how we convince
yes.
ourselves all the time. It's a journey, right? Yeah. I know. What about you?
I always say it's an adventure because I'm raising 2 boys and they are a year apart. And yeah, they don't really get the age difference at all.
Okay, hold on, Khadija, yours, are they girls, boy, girl?
Girl and a
Boy, the girl is the oldest,
Okay.
and a boy.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay, but you,
So, yes.
mom of boys.
Yeah, mom of boys, constantly fighting, constantly climbing things. You know, they have no sense of danger. It's just constantly yelling, sometimes apologizing because I've over-yelled, you know, then hugging them, then babying them sometimes, then sometimes trying to tell them to toughen up. To me, it's really just an adventure. It's like ups and downs, like she said. It's really a roller coaster. Yeah.
But do you get those moments where you wonder whether you are overly pampering them?
Yeah.
Or you know, I am always caught in between, okay, am I pampering her too much?
Yeah.
Am I shouting too much?
Yeah.
How to find the balance?
Yeah.
It's always a challenge for me. I don't know if you
No, I'm always facing that. It's like sometimes when I see certain behaviors, I'm like, I think I may have over-pampered them. Sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe they're too spoiled. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe, like she said, maybe I'm doing it right. So for me, it's like constantly questioning myself, but then also knowing that at the end of the day, they are alive, they are healthy. I guess, as long as I'm able to keep them, keep them alive, I'm probably doing a good job, you know. So yes, I definitely face that.
Joseph. How old are yours?
So the older one, who is 9, 10, and 10, she's a girl.
Okay.
Then the second one is a boy, 7 going on 8, and then the last one is a girl, my madam.
You know the third one.
Yes, so 4 going on 5.
When you ladies said the last one, I don't trust you now. I don't trust you now.
You've got to trust me on this one. She'll be 5 in July, so we are done. Like done. Done. Okay. So for me, my mantra is, as parents, parenthood is a difficult task. I mean, these children come and they come with no manuals. They come with their own personality traits. They have the genetic factors. They have the environmental factors. Everything else inclusive. So there are no manuals to them. figuring out exactly how to deal with each one of them, because they are different and unique in their
that was
own
what I
ways.
was going to ask. Yeah.
Exactly. So figuring out how to deal with each one of them at every stage of their growing life is just difficult. So it makes parenting and mothering very difficult because you have to always be a step ahead of them. And even being a step ahead of them, it's also difficult because in this generation where we've had a lot of changes, evolution, not like when we grew up, you have direct instructions. You don't question your mother. She says, look, after school, you are not going out to play. You are staying home, indoors, doing your homework. You can't ask her why. You dare not, you know, but these ones, for you to get them to do that, there's got to be a certain level of negotiation, explanation. They really have to understand and absorb where you are coming from for them to be able to follow in your stead.
And
If
it can
not,
be annoying sometimes.
you know, they get on your nerves. I think the children, they bring out the worst in you and the best in you. With them, you are able to find a balance between who you are, because sometimes you don't even know who you are until a child is placed in your care for you to mother them. And then you find out, oh, so I could be this, I could be that. You know, you find your extremes and then your middle point. So there's no level ground. You know, sometimes you are on a steep stage, sometimes it's descending. It's just, but the ability and the affinity to find a balance all in between, whilst working, taking care of the home, having family to also cater for the extended family. If your partner is around, caring for the partner and all that, finding the balance is the beautiful thing we find in mothering and parenting. I think so.
Yeah, talking about the partner, sometimes it can really get on your nerves. You know, when this girl is doing, and I'm trying to, don't tell you, oh, she's trying to find her boundaries, her pushing which boundaries? Which boundaries? I mean, I have to do with just one, and I'm struggling. So I can imagine you having to do with 2, 3. You know, and stuff. But how do you find that fine balances? How to deal with this? You know that this works with this one, that works with that one, and that works. You know, how did it take time for you? Let me start with Khadija. Did it just come, or I don't know? How did you come by that? The strategy to use on each one.
Yes, because each one of them is different, and you really need to figure out what works for this one. So for me, initially I was like, so the boy wasn't developing as fast as the girl, and I thought that the girl began to do things faster when she was much younger. I mean, she started reading very quickly, writing, and then I realized that it wasn't the same for the boy, you know, and I was worried. And I thought that, okay, at this age 1, I was worried. I was like, for the girl, she had already gone past where he's coming from. And I was like, so should I get an extra tuition for him? What should I do? But it was just his own method and way of development. And he caught up so speedily and easily when it was time, when he was matured enough, when his brain and body was ready. So sometimes I just think that we should give them the room to operate in their own space, in their own time, in their own maturity, but then we guide them as parents, because they are all not the same. The temperament, so one is emotional, one they kind of looks detached to you. You need to work so hard to get through to her. But the boy is highly emotional. He's very close. He wants to find out what you as a mother is going through. He would quickly apologize. He's like, Mom, you've worked so much. Let me massage you. And that's the boy. Let me massage you. It's like, so Mommy, are you sad? Anytime you are sad, just call me. I will entertain you. And that's him. But with
sister can be
big sister. Yes, big sister. No,
Madam.
Madam. But she too, very hard working. You give her a task, she completes it. She goes into the kitchen, she does what she's supposed to do, and stuff like that.
You know, quite recently, there was something I was just trying to get some, love from sister. Enyonyam, I said, Enyonyam, I love you. Enyonyam, I said, I love you. Hey, won't you say you love me too? I love you, but sometimes you shout too much, Mommy. Kofiche, my father, may he rest in soul. Abasuma, my mother, you would have heard a whack. Incident, what's it say? But these ones, and every now and then, it's like hot flashes, menopause. It comes in like the reflex reaction, then you check yourself. No, this is not how to do it.
Well, in this current stage, we can't use the same tricks and techniques our parents use and our grandparents use to raise our children. No. It works sometimes, it doesn't work sometimes. At times you need to modify them. At times you need to pick certain things from them and then fine-tune it to the present day, and then you use it on them. So I think it's a journey, as Khadija has already said. We take one day at a time. We don't get it right all the time, but at the times when we get it right, sometimes we get it right. I think we need to give ourselves a pat on the back because it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy dealing with one child. And obviously, being a mother doesn't just come from a place where you have born children of your own. No, you have other children under your care.
Yeah. Exactly.
And even more so, more children, because in this current day and age, Eno has kids, Khadija has kids, you have kids, other friends have kids, family, they have kids. And it is paramount for me to be interested in how other people are raising their kids because my kids come into contact with them.
Exactly.
And at any point in time, they influence them positively or negatively.
negatively.
So it is in my own interest to also follow up with how everybody else around me, whose children have influences on my children, and then vice versa, that they are also towing a certain path.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a straight cut road.
Yeah.
So even in the curves, in the crooks, the downs, the ups, at least we should be at a certain point.
For me, what I've noticed is that just like what she said that now it's a different time. So now communities are being built online. You know, yes. So it's not necessarily like a physical, you know, or proximity sort of thing where you are living in a neighborhood and everyone knows everyone. No. Now we are forming more communities online. So even for my community, for instance, it started from a place where I just wanted to share my motherhood journey on a blog. And then I noticed that other mothers were desperate to find an avenue, a safe space where they also wanted to share. So then I would invite them to write or share, you know, their comments or thoughts on this. And then you realize that other mothers feel like, oh, they are not alone. Oh, okay. Oh, I relate to this story, that sort of thing. And that's really how we sort of built that. So now when we meet, it's almost as if we knew each other. Like, and I've never met some of these people ever in my life. We were just talking about how I know her cousin, and I know her cousin through that same community.
Okay.
So that is how we are dealing with it right now, because that's the generation that we are in now. You were asking a question about raising, kids and finding that balance. What I noticed
knowing
was
the differences,
knowing the differences.
their temperaments.
Yes.
What works with who.
Exactly. And for me, what I noticed is people assume that just because I have two boys, they must be the same, but they are not. I noticed that the first boy is exactly like me, and the second boy is exactly like his dad. And the thing is, when as adults, we will not know how we used to be as kids or how our partners were as kids.
Right.
So I actually had to talk to my mother-in-law and find out certain things about how, her son was as a child. And she said he was crying constantly. And I was like, oh, really? And then my husband is always upset when... And I was like, but you were always crying, so how come you're upset when he's crying? He's like, no, but he's 3, he's 4. At that age, you shouldn't be crying. I said, your mom said you were crying at that age. So things like that. We had to go back to how we were to kind of understand, and tolerate some of the things that they are doing now. They are all like us.
Right.
Me, I'm almost just like my mom. So sometimes I'm like, why are you upset with me? We are the same person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you do it to your mom.
Oh, I do.
Don't complain when it's at you. You're watching The Standpoint, and we are sharing experiences raising the Gen Alpha children. The below the teens, I hear they are the Alpha, and then the teens up to I think 20 something are the Gen Z, and then you have the millennials, and they say I'm the archival. I said, and their grandmother will be one. They said, their grandmother are ancient. And then there's ancestral. But raising kids, it doesn't have to be your biological child, but raising children around you and interest is so interesting. Well, we take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue. We'll look at how we're able to unlearn some of the things that we learned growing up, we saw, so that we are able to raise. I am still struggling, to be honest. I'm learning, and I hope you are learning as well. Again, we say thank you to House of Food, Auntie Vera, and the team. We are so, so grateful. Thank you to Juice Time, Venom Mineral Water, Yep Cleaning Services. They take care of our environment all the time. And of course, Phoenix Decor for decorating the set with plants, natural and artificial. We take a break. When we come back, we'll continue.
The Standpoint. The Standpoint.
Welcome back to The Standpoint. And again, I acknowledge my, those who make me a mannequin. Thank you to Ishla for my hair. Dresses by Liran Collections. Of course, beads and earring by Twinny Craft, and makeup by Pensy Beauty Hub. Thank you so much to them. And then this program is sponsored by Venom Mineral Water. It has a balanced pH level with the required mineral. It's low in sodium. Vena is noted for its charitable campaigns by sharing love and changing lives. Thank you so much to them. They also produce Beagle drinks. And I have in the studio a little surprise for my guest today on Mother's Day. We have an official from Vita Milk. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is a very little token from Vitamilk to our mothers. We say very good thank you to them. We appreciate their effort, and we'll always be there for them. So we say thank you again, and happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you so much. So each mother gets a box of Vita milk. Yes, because so now you know when you get home you are in trouble. How old are your kids?
My kids are 4 and 9.
So they are Gen Alpha.
Okay.
Gen Alpha, Generation Alpha.
Exactly.
Yeah, we also have here. Can
Very
you
well.
share? We'll have the Father's Day one, but can
Okay.
you share a little the challenge? Some of the challenges you have.
Bringing them up is very difficult because they demand what they want and no bargaining.
No, but
Straight up.
Father's Day, we'll have a conversation with
Very
you.
well, very
Okay,
well,
but
very
thank
well,
you
thank you.
so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. All right then. Well, so we are not alone. The fathers are struggling as well. Okay. Well, so how were you able to, definitely, Khadija, you grew up in a different generation. As you said, you used to queue up. Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Bolga, Tanga.
Bulga, okay.
Yes. And
okay.
I live there.
Okay.
Yes. My mom still lives there,
Your mom
and my
still
dad
live,
as well.
okay,
Yes.
Okay. So you speak Kasim.
Farfra.
You see, Farfra.
Yes,
Okay.
I speak
You
Farfra.
see how, bankrupt we all are. We assume that everybody from the northern region speaks, a certain language.
Yes, of course. So I speak Farfra, I speak Dagbanli, I speak Mampurli.
Okay.
Yes, so I speak Wale. I'm a Wala as well.
Wala,
Yes, so I
okay.
speak Wale.
Okay. I thought Wales are from Wa area.
Yes, they are from Wa area.
Okay.
So we were born and bred in Bolga.
Bolga, okay.
Yes, so,
And then okay.
So that's how come we speak Farfra.
Definitely, you were used to a certain upbringing, and then suddenly you have these kids, and you're totally different. Now now you're still struggling, but you're coping. But how were you able to unlearn all that you knew? Because I'm sure you had plans when you were having children. This is how I'm going to raise them. This is what I'm going to do.
I am still unlearning. I'm still unlearning. The environment that I grew up in is definitely so different. I have a mom who is a disciplinarian, and even now you cannot get your way with my mom. A lovely mom, she did so well for us. She went through a lot for us, and I want to use this opportunity to wish her a happy Mother's Day.
Bless her.
She's one in all.
Imagine
She's done
that.
so well.
Yes.
We've had our challenges. I cannot have my way with my mom. No. That discipline.
Who
is still
born
there.
you?
You don't start it with her. You cannot start it with my mom. She's popularly known as Madam Bulala.
What does Bulala mean?
Yes, she's a retired teacher.
Okay.
Bulala is cane.
Okay.
And she would cane you.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
She would not spare you. That is how we were brought up.
Okay.
You know, and every least mistake, the solution was a cane. every least mistake, the solution was a cane. So now you have to really pinch yourself to say, this is not the way I want to go with my kids. The temptation to go that way is very high, because I think that it actually did instill some level of discipline in us. But is that the way to go with these kids? You cannot have your way with these kids. But then I think that there should be a blend, a middle ground where you can have your way with the kids, and so that, like you're saying, they're always demanding. They don't care where it is coming from, you know, and they must have what. But with me, I think that I still have some part of my mom in me. So I try to blend with my kids, and I try to actually pinch myself to say that I don't want to beat, I don't want to cane, but when it is necessary, I would do so. And I get them to understand. I want to treat you on this level. I don't want to cane you. I don't want to hit, spank you. But when it is necessary, I would do so. And they understand. So when they are with their friends and they see somebody misbehaving, they are like, can they give this child to my mom? And someone was like, why would you say that? She said, so, as for my mom, she'll just send them back to factory settings. It's like, what does it mean? So my mom would discipline them. Because they see that, I mean, this child has their way, they are being overly pampered, you know, and that's discipline is not there. The child just speaks anyhow, and they know that they cannot just speak anyhow. Not that I'm sitting on their, I'm not allowing them to express, but you know that in our time, not long ago, when you even have visitors, your mom doesn't need to tell you, leave.
By the way they will look at
She
you.
just looks at you, and
I
you
tried
know,
it. No, not I tried it with the nyonyam. She said, you know what, Mommy, why are you behaving like a statue?
exactly. Yes, I was like, Mommy, why are you looking at me?
I mean,
And they don't understand the eye language.
No.
No, they don't. So for me, I think that what we can do in bringing up these kids is to connect more with them. We grew up in communities, physical presence. But now we are growing up in communities that are virtual.
Yeah.
So the values we learnt when we live with aunties, grandmothers, uncles is not there. You can't learn that virtually.
Yeah.
So our kids are lacking that. So we need to connect with them and tell them ABC. This is how to live with people. When you meet people, this is how to greet. When people come to your home, this is how you welcome them. This is how you behave around the elderly and stuff like that. If not, you would be put to shame by the same kids you think you are doing so well to raise. We sometimes forget that aspect. And when you move out with your kids, you bow your head, because you realize that when it comes to manners around other people, they don't have it. And it's not their fault.
How do you know you are overly pampering the child? And then Josephine will come in with that angle as well.
I also went through that where I was thinking, no, you know what, the questioning, this is getting too much. Maybe let me be as firm. But the truth is, again, we are in a different society. Even we are different parents. No matter how we do it, we can never be as strict. There are some people who are trying to be, but you can never be as strict, because the kids, that is not the environment they grow. It's like you are being upset. It's like, what is going on?
What is going on?
Yeah, my kids, sometimes they come up, at the end of the day, they can tell me, Mommy, you did 3 bad things to me today. And I'm looking like, really? And they will list it. Or that thing that you did made me very sad. They are very, very expressive, and I love it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, this
But
is
that can
too
really
much.
get to use it when
Sometimes
they
it's
tell
too
you
much.
that you did something that made me sad.
You know, sometimes it's too much. But we don't realize they didn't grow up with us. We can't force that down their throats. I've been out somewhere before where you could tell the dad had done everything. You know, the girl was on the slide, he had bought her ice cream, everything. Then he said, it's time to go, and she starts to cry. So then he flipped and he said, after everything I've done for you, you know, look. And the child is looking at him like, what have you? You know, they don't get it. So you can't force it.
You know?
No.
Isn't it normal for you to do this?
So him, he didn't even get that. So that little I've given you, why can't you know? So let's not try and force that time now.
No.
Let's understand that we are in a different society and raise them in the environment we are in, but still not forgetting where we are coming from and still instilling those values and things in us. It's tough.
It's hard.
It's very, very, very tough.
It's tough. It's tough. Really try to raise the kids of today. And sometimes, you know, you go out and need the way they be, and then the older folk looked at you like, did you just allow her or him to do that?
Yeah.
And the comments and family gatherings and, you know.
I just tell people, we don't have to beat ourselves too much. Do the best you can for these children. They come with their own bags and baggage. Sometimes you can't undo certain things. Some personality traits, there's nothing you can do about it. We just have the willpower to nurture them, to show them how to use some of their abilities and their affinity to do certain things to have a positive impact on themselves, their friends, and then their community in which they live in. So you can see there are good parents with bad children, and there are bad children with good parents. So you can't, recently I've been thinking a lot about this thing that sometimes we overjudge people. We are too judgmental, and we need to stop it. There are parents who have given their all. In fact, if they talk about laying down your life for your children, they have done it. But their children didn't turn out great as they want to. So we end up pointing, accusing fingers at these ones. Where did they go wrong? We are being too judgmental. People are giving of their best. So we just hope and pray and believe in whatever we believe in, that it should work out for these kids. That is what it should be. Because you can drive them in the right direction no matter what. When they begin to drive by themselves, they will determine the routes they want to take. And you may be in a position, you can't do anything about it. You will just worry and worry and worry. So we judge too much. We should help people where we can. We should correct when we can.
Worried sometimes, you know, looking at peer pressure. We got affected by peer pressure. And their peer pressure, it's on a different level. Being, especially with the advent of social media, they are being influenced by people they haven't seen before. They don't know from anywhere. Our peer pressure were from school and neighborhood, but this one across the world.
It's a virtual thing now, we say, you know. We are dealing with the unseen, but we can sense it and we can read it and we can see through gadgets and all that. The thing is, we need to empower our children. And even that, you can do that to only a certain extent. And then again, hope and pray that they are able to get absorbed in it and use that prowess as and when it becomes necessary. You have a lot of gaming apps, especially for the boys who like to, and you know, sometimes they are helpful. They help them with this mathematics, spatial ability and all that. So you can't rule it totally out that it's a bad thing. It has the good side. So you have these gaming apps that they play games, and then it's like they build communities on these apps. And your children are meeting people they don't know. People from different parts of the world, speaking different types of languages, from different time zones. So you can have some friends who have teenage boys not sleeping at night because they are playing games with other people who are in a different time zone, whose time is in the morning or in the afternoon, and here it is dawn. So instead of them sleeping, you find them up and then playing with them. And these are where they get vulnerable. The vulnerability is open because they are chatting with them. You don't know what the other person on the other side is telling your child. And then sometimes we get so absorbed also in what we are doing. It's not our fault because you need to work. You need to provide. you know, there are things you need to do. So you can't dedicate your 100% to these children because you need to do other things. So sometimes you may turn a blind eye to certain things. So this is where the children find comfort, and they are talking to people, they are picking up certain things from those people that they do not even know.
No.
And at times you don't even see it, you don't notice it at all. So we have having the opportunity to be a teacher,
Yeah.
and then a researcher, you know, you come across a whole lot of different people, different personalities. You can have 3 siblings in the same school. They are all different.
Yeah.
No one is the same. Sometimes you can't even trace that
Sometimes they are
this is
even
this
twins.
person's siblings, and you know, they are different. So sometimes you find them doing different things, and people so they begin to develop this multifaceted personality, and then they have one they display at home. There's what they bring to school. So the parent is sometimes
And
blind
then
on one
different
side.
with their friends.
Exactly. And different with their friends. And sometimes you don't get a whimp of it. Do you beat yourself because of that? No, you can't. You do the best you can for them. So we just hope and pray again. That is the only thing we can stand on. And then give off our best to them.
Let me take another break. When we come back, we'll share our highs and lows. Remember some of this is the time that we can talk about. When they read the things, we can't say. So this is the time that we can talk about their stories, you know. But, you know, if you've gotten a copy of my book, When Strong Women Cry, I do talk about this. Nothing as difficult. A mother struggling in her own life, trying to find balance, healing, fulfillment, and still raising, you know, a toddler or a child. And when they are in their teens, I hear it's another level altogether, you know. But again, let me say thank you to House of Food, Juice Time, Venom Mineral Water. Venom Mineral Water has the required mineral levels. pH level is balanced. It's low in sodium. And Venom Mineral Water is always out there engaging in charitable, you know, projects like changing lives and sharing love. You know, one of their pilot programs that I'm passionate about is distributing and giving incubators to hospitals, you know, across the country. So when you drink Venom Mineral Water, you are not wasting your money. And then their drinks, this is my favorite among them. Don't tell them I said that, but the Bigo Cocoa. You know, it's so nice. The Venom Mineral Water is giving all of you water and then drinks. The cocoa is for me, but I'll give you one, okay? Then the cocoa, I say anytime they come, I don't share the cocoa, but I'll give all because I love you. I'll give you one. Others will watch and who will come and will say that, and you didn't give us cocoa. We take a break. We'll be right back.
The Standpoint. The Standpoint.
Welcome back once again. And for this, I'd like to say thank you to all those who supported me and sponsored my book launch on 7th of May. That's Venom Mineral Water, as always, Trillium Ghana. Thank you so much to them. E-Cakes, Olam's Event Solutions. I'm so grateful. Alaji's wife, Awache. Blue Skies, thank you so much. Eden's Hive, I am grateful. Doman, they make pastries and all that, and we are so grateful to them. And who else haven't I thanked? Everybody who supported. Bri Redua, thank you so much. And of course, a special thanks to Professor Esi Sutherland Addy for coming to review the book and also launching it for me. I mean, it means the world to me to get it to come. I mean, I was shocked. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you to all of you for coming to support, and Josephine for auctioning the book for me as well. But before I get there, finally, you also have a package from Pepsodent and Geisha for you. You know, for being amazing mom, for all your struggles. You know, they say they celebrate you. So thank you to Vitamilk, to Venom Mineral Water and Trillium Ghana, and of course Pepsodent and Geisha for celebrating the mothers on their standpoint this Mother's Day. So, Josephine, what are some of your fond memories? Some of the things that you shock you and you didn't know whether to cry or to laugh or to scream or shout at them?
So, I will tell you this one. I went to do some work in a Sherman. And unfortunately, my car broke down. So I had to get into a taxi, the dust and all that. I got home, and then my boy was laying down. He was watching cartoons on the television. So I just got, I said, hello, can you come and give me a hug? I'm so tired. I need a hug. He just looks at me sideways and like, you know, I think you need to get into the shower because one, you are so dirty and I think you are sweating and I don't want to hug you. You know, everything. It was as if somebody had poured water on me. This is my little boy. I do peg, hug. I'm like, so I just looked at myself.
Up and down.
I quickly went into the shower, came back, and I said, okay, can I get my hug now? He says, okay, yes, now you are looking like a lady. And at that time, he was 4. You know, he was 4. So I'm like, these people, I've gone to hustle to get money for you people, and I've come and give me some lovey. Look at, and the way he said it, and the look he gave me, you know, I realized that, oh no, they are growing.
Yeah.
They are growing. That it struck me. Up to now, I talked to their dad about it that day. Oh, Papa did something to me. What he said, it cut my heart. I'm like, oh, I had come, you know, I've seen you. I come and give me. He just looked at me. He didn't even. He like, oh, you know, you are so dirty. You are so sweaty. I think you need to get into the shower. You don't look like a lady at all. Why? So I just like, okay. I think, oh no, they are growing. I need to give them that credit. They are growing. So certain things are there. We need to level up.
Yeah.
You need to
you need to
level up. Level up.
Edo, what about you?
For me, my boys, they are very vocal. So I think every day they say something shocking. Every time. Sometimes, like she said, the hug. My oldest son, the 5-year-old, one day he just woke up and told me, Mommy, I don't like hugs anymore. Please don't hug. I don't like kisses. So I decided, okay, I'll give the younger one loves hugs and kisses. Then after a while, I think he realized, okay, I was giving the younger one hugs and kisses. So now, Mommy, I like hugs and kisses now. But I again, about the boundaries, I try to give them the boundaries. We always assume that kids should love, you know, all the things that we think they should love. You know, now Christmas, there will be Santa, and then we believe in, oh, a child should go and sit on Santa's lap. But then we forget that they are total strangers. They don't know them. My oldest son was comfortable. He was okay going to sit on him because he just wanted the gifts. The younger one wanted the gifts, but not to sit on him because who is this strange man? So I decided not to force it. So I try to respect their boundaries and things like that. And the shocking things, I mean, from time to time, I'll pull them aside and say, but we don't say things like that in front of people. You know that they don't get it. But we are still learning. So, yeah, for me, that's what it is.
Khadija.
Well, so I remember this incident where I was actually sending my boy's clothes to his room to put in his wardrobe. And I realized he'd locked the door. So I knocked. He said, who is it? I said, it's me. Can you open the door? He says, Mommy, I was like, did I not ask you not to lock the door? He says, Mommy, but it's my room. I said, but it's my house. He says, the last time you barged into my room without knocking, and you are invading on my privacy. And I said, private what? I said, it's my house. So if you want your privacy when you build your house, you can have your privacy. No door locks in this house, you know. And he was like, Mommy, you're just imposing on us. That's not fair. That's what he told me.
And the words they use.
Yes, you're imposing, and that's not fair. I said, really? Fair? You have your room now at age 9, and you think it's fair? At 18, I didn't have my room. So,
now he sent you.
Can you imagine? And there was this incident where he actually asked me about why my stomach is big, and I have that cut. And then so I was telling him it was he who made them cut open because he was very big. My son was actually like 6.4.
Wow.
Yeah. And I went through a lot. So it's been so difficult. And then he wanted to really know. So I narrated to him and his sister what exactly happened. He got so sad, you know, teary, and he asked me, so Mommy, why is it that when they cut open to remove Nura, that's his sister, why didn't they see me? Why did they let you go through this another time and it was so painful? So when they were operating you to take out my senior sister, they should have just seen me. Yeah, and it was so touching, you know. It was so touching for me. It's very emotional at the time. So right from then, he would always come to say, "Mommy, I'm sorry for what I put you through." Up till now, he says it to me. He hugs me, and well, it makes me feel good.
Yeah. And talking about, CS, Josephine, if you can, share a little on, those of us who go through CS, some of the experiences or some of the aftermath, effects that we get. Yeah.
Okay. So, recovering from a CS takes time. There's no rush into healing. You've got to give yourself that time, because the cut is a deep cut. I think people don't know what actually goes into it. If you actually research and you look at the levels of the cut into your skin, and it goes and it goes and goes into your pelvis and all that, it's deep. So healing is a process, a very long one, and especially when you do it for a number of times, not just once. You do it twice. I had all my 3 through CS.
Okay.
You need to give yourself that break to heal. For me, I used to really love high heels, thin heels. So it was a problem for me, because anytime I tried wearing it, my waist, my back, I'm like, oh, what is all this? I mean, I used to be me. You wear your thing and you're going all, looking all slick and suave and all that. And now it's like you have to come down, descend to the palms and
use
the sandals.
block heels.
So it was difficult for me. So I just, so I was just thinking about it. I'm like, sometimes this giving birth thing is not just the postpartum depression that is depression.
No.
There are so many other factors that get you depressed.
Yeah.
And people don't understand you. You tell somebody, oh, I'm not able to wear my heels, and I wear so I ask him. Heels want to mention heels, but you don't know what it means to me.
Yeah.
And even that comment, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all. So it's a difficult process. You heal, but it takes time.
Right.
So once you undergo CS, you have that tingling sensation sometimes. Sometimes it's like a burn down there,
Yes.
It feels like you're having some hot movement in there. Sometimes you just have it's like you are feeling your intestines moving, doing some funny movement and all that. And then even that one is better. Where you have your thumb. I don't know why, but it's mostly on the right, the right side, and it's so painful. It's like you can't even move the thumb. It's stuck at one place, and then sometimes it climbs all through your arm to your shoulders, and then your back.
Exactly, your back, especially
And it's painful.
It is.
Most of the time when I have that feeling, probably that week, I would wear sneakers through, because then it makes me comfortable. I'm sure when I take a step, I'm not going to fall. So I think it's something we need to get an education on for people who undergo the procedure.
I think we need to do a whole show on that as well, because it happens to me, especially the thumb one, and sometimes I get scared I'm getting a stroke or something. It's very uncomfortable.
Very.
And it can, weaken your whole
Very, very uncomfortable.
When they are celebrating mothers, please understand, okay? We go through that, all right? So final words.
So what I would say is just like what she have said. She mentioned that let's stop judging people, but let's also stop judging ourselves.
Exactly.
It's very, very easy as a mom to judge yourself, to think you're not doing enough. But let's take credit for all the things that we have been able to achieve and done. And once we take out the word balance, that is one of the things that I don't like. If we take out the word balance, trust me, we'll be able to, we will be able to feel free to parent properly, because at the end of the day, like the popular saying goes, you can have it all, but you can't have it all at once. So you can be, you can parent, you can have your business, but you cannot have it all balancing at the same time, because we are not superhuman. And also, let's stop being super mothers, super women, super parents. There's nothing like that. So the word balance, please take it out of your vocabulary.
So you can never find a fine balance. You are always either here or there,
It's completely normal.
Okay. Just read your final words.
So for me, our offsprings may be more like us, but also very different. So we should acknowledge the fact that they are their own beings, and they come with who they are. And then also look out for other children with whom our children relate, not even necessarily relate, but anybody else that we can help. Because being an influencer is not just about changing an entire community. If you are able to influence a child positively and the child comes out well, I think you need some accolades. You should be praised for it, because it's not easy. We have a lot of people walking around going wayward and all that. All they need is somebody to talk to, somebody to guide them and guide them in the right direction. So if we can be that person, I think we should be able to shadow people for the goodwill of everybody.
And I say amen to that. Khadija, final words.
Well, my final words is to mothers. In as much as we are trying to raise this Gen Alpha, Gen Z kids, and it's difficult, we all acknowledge that. I think what we have to acknowledge as mothers is self-love. Mothers, take a break. We are doing well. It is not easy. Self-love is what counts, and we need to learn to take a break and listen to our bodies. When our bodies are tired, please, let's rest. We need to be there for these kids. They need us. If we kill ourselves today for them, tomorrow we are not even there. So what we are scared of, so you are not even there, right? What happens to your kids? So let's learn to take a break, listen to your body. Love yourself first. If you are there and if you are good, everything is good in the family. When you are not good, nothing can be good in the family. So please, self-love.
Self-love is so important, but Mrs. G will kill us if we sit on, the three of us especially here, and we don't say anything about AIS at 60. Just for you and the committee, please, what have you got? Yes, Association International School is celebrating 60 years this year, and a number of activities lined up, and we're inviting all of you to participate. Josephine can tell us a bit more about it. But happy Mother's Day, Mrs. D. We love you.
So as part of the 60th anniversary celebration, there's a year-long program outline to celebrate the school, chalking such success. So towards the end of this month, on the 27th, there'll be a bazaar at the school, on the school compound, where we are inviting vendors to come and take stalls to exhibit their products and then their services for everybody who is coming there to be able to patronize them and even get to know them more, and then have fun. There are activities for the children, for the parents and all that, so to interact with the community beyond AIS. AIS. And then we'll have our launch, the major launch of the AIS at 60 itself, just after the bazaar, and then the other activities will be rolled out. We have a whole lot. So look out for our social media pages.
Yes, look out for the social media, and then on the standpoint as well, we'll be talking about it. The launch is on 24th.
Yes,
24th of May. Yes, 24th of May. So, as time goes on, I'll be telling you more about it, so you come there. And then I would say that AIS is running a new program called the IBB, and now me too, I'm a senior. With the parents are schooled on the curriculum, the system that are being run, and it's helped me a lot to understand my child better, to relate. The andragogy classes, and trust me, now my daughter goes to pick up her homework herself and does it. But first, there'll be a kid here waiting. No, I will not hear, but always carrying her, shouting. It's not by the time now she's done it.
She's done it,
so
and she can do it.
And I ask myself, so why was I stressing? We ourselves as parents, we need education as well. So thank you so much, ladies. So once again, we have a packet from you for Vena Mineral Water and Bigger Drinks. Vita Milk is also giving a box of Vita Milk, and then we have the get from Pepsodent and Geisha as well. You two enjoy some. Don't go and give it all to the children. I'll be back with a bit of me. Hello, Mama. Listen, yes, we have a charge to keep raising these kids, but we also need to learn to take care of ourselves, not to lose it. The most beautiful experience will be to have your child saying that, Mama, I look after you. Mama, you are my role model. Mama, I want to be like you. And then, of course, you tell them that you'll be better than me in future. Motherhood is tough, not just by raising your own child, but any child under your care. Long before I became a mother until date, one of my most beautiful experiences is when I have young people call me mama and I look up to you, stuff like that. It's a beautiful experience, but it's challenging. It's tough. It's tough. We feel guilty sometimes. We break down and cry sometimes. And I hope you've read my book, When Strong Women Cry. If you haven't, you need to buy a copy to read. It's tough being a parent. It's tough being a mother. But that's where lies the beauty. That's where lies the joy. That's where the lies of looking back or sitting back and looking at these children do amazing things and achieve, and you know that, yes, I did it. But don't lose yourself. In the midst of it all, remember you matter. Without you, they'll be miserable. Without you, they'll be lost. So when you feel overwhelmed, mama, take a break. Seek help if you have to. There's nothing wrong with you, mama, crying if you have to. It only makes you stronger. Because the next moment, I know you'll rise and go and achieve. I'm just a simple mother of one with many children in their thousands, all looking up to me and holding on to me. I am because they are, and they are because I am. I love them and I appreciate them. But I know God has got us all covered, and He has also given us wisdom. Let's give. Yes, but sometimes we need to relax. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.